So in previous class, we have just learned that how we can just create some simple visualization and all, right? So in today's class, we learn that how we can use different filters, right, in Power BI, right? When we create a simple visualization, and then we will have to just filter out the visuals to present some useful information, right? So in that case, how we can use the filters in Power BI, right? So in Power BI, there are different types of filter in it. First one is at visual level, right? Second one is as page level, and third one is as all pages. And fourth filter type is slicer one, right? Slicer is also a kind of visual here, right? So now let's see how these works in Power BI. So here I have the Power BI, and hope you guys have also installed the same in your system, right? सबने install कर लिया था Power BI. This is free one, right? सबके system install हो गया है guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So and don't worry about the SQL part, right? यदि किसी का SQL नहीं हुआ है, and so in that case, when the term of SQL will come, right, then I'll just first explain the term and then we'll move ahead, right? So problem नहीं आएगी even उस पे भी. But when you learn SQL, then that term will more clear, right, to you. Okay, so now let's get started with that. So here I'll just pass a sample data here, right? And I'll pass the data from, I'll just import a Excel file from here, right? So I'm not going to Power Query for now. And I'll just import a simple data. So here we are just going to get this sheet. I'll just load this directly, right? I'm not going to do any transformation on that data for now. So now this will take some time to load. Once data will be loaded, then here we would have all the columns available in that data set. Okay, this will take some time. It is a little bit bigger file. Okay, so now this is loaded. Yeah. So now this is loaded, and here even we can just rename this. Yes, sheet one aa raha hai. So what I can do, I can just rename this to. I just rename this as orders one. I'll rename this orders, and that's it. Now अब यहाँ पे सबसे पहले हम देखते हैं कि फिल्टर्स कौन कौन से हैं, राइट? सो फर्स्ट हियर वी हैव, यहाँ पे फिल्टर टैब पे जा रहे हैं, देन हियर वी हैव थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ फिल्टर, राइट? फिल्टर ऑन दिस पेज एंड फिल्टर ऑन ऑल पेजेस. जैसे आप कोई विजुअलाइजेशन क्रिएट करते हो, राइट, देन फिल्टर ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर विजुअल will appear here, right? Suppose here I'm just going to create a stacked column chart. I'll just click here and then this will just create it. जैसे ही आपने विजुअल यहाँ पे ऐड किया, राइट, सो हियर यू हैव थ्री filter one, right? First one is filter on this visual. Second one is filter filter on this page, and third one is filter on all pages. So this is a section where Power BI developer just adjust the filter while developing any visualization. सपोज आपके पास डेटा है एंड उस डेटा में से आपको कुछ डेटा जो है फिल्टर करके एंड देन यू हैव टू जस्ट क्रिएट अ विजुअलाइजेशन, राइट? सो इन दैट केस व्हाट यू कैन डू, from here even you can just add that visual, right? Suppose I'm just going to create a subcategory by sales here, right? So subcategory by sales created here. Now what I want that there's some certain region, right? I don't want the data from certain region here, right? So for that, what I'll do, I'll just pick this region and then I'll drag this in this visual here, right? I'll just click here and now that is added. Suppose if I don't want any record from east region, right? So for that, I'll just remove this. And if I'll just keep all, in that case, we can keep this checked here. Suppose I also don't want any record or any data from south region also, so we'll just remove this. And now on here, even if we can see the same thing. So this change is at visual level, right? जब आप हम इस रिपोर्ट को पब्लिश करेंगे then this would not be visible to end user here. This is something that Power BI developer or developer will just manage here. हमने यहाँ पे already filter data ही यहाँ पे visual में move कर रहे हैं, right? Similarly, next next is that suppose if we'll have to just show report here in this page. I just wanted to show the report of certain segment here, right? So for that, I'll just pass this at add filter at this page level here, right? I'll just drag this drop here, and now here we have different segment available. Suppose I don't want to show these two segment. I'm just interested to show only home one on this page here, right? So for that, I'll just select home and then this will only just fetch or show visualization only for this home one, right? If I just select corporate also, then this will just show the subcategory wise sales for corporate too, right? If I just check only the consumer one, then this will only show the data for consumer one, right? So for that, I'll just create one more visualization here, right? I'm just going to create a uh, funnel chart here, or just create other. I'm just going to create a stack bar chart, and then in this, I'm just going to show the profit. And second one is I'll just pick the segment here, right? So right now, because the single segment is selected in this page, so that's why here we are seeing only single bar here, right? And even we can just show the same in card visual also, right? So how many total sales or total profit we have for this segment. So here we have the total profit for this segment here, right? I'll just move this somewhere else. So in this way, what we can do here, we have three types of filters in Power BI. First one is filter on this visual. So even we can just apply filters on that particular visual, and then we can add, then control the data flow in this visualization here. Second filter is that if we'll have to create a report or certain item wise all the pages, right? So in that case, here we'll just apply the filter on that in whole pages here, right? And data will flow only as per this filter criteria. Next type of filter is here, filter at all pages, right? Suppose in this all PBIX file, if we have multiple pages and I just want that there are only certain data can flow on all pages, right? So for that, even we can just apply the filter on all pages. अब यहाँ पे click करेंगे, right? And then I'm just going to add a filter on all pages. Suppose I'm just going to add here SIP mode in all pages, and I'm just going to pick this standard class, second class, and first class. I'm not going to pick the SIP mode as same day for now, right? And this visual, this filter will apply on all the pages available in this Power BI PBX file here. So in this page also the same filter would be applied. Now here we can see this number is reduced here, right? If I just go down and then if I just select all the same day class also, then now this number will be increased. So now in this way, even we can just control the data flow in our Power BI report using these filters here, right? Similarly, if I just create one more report here, I'm just going to create a cluster column chart, right? And then I'm just going to use here a region here and a region buys profit, right? So here we have four regions, right? And in this space, we had to just apply the filter at regional level. Okay, so this was at region level, we had applied filter at visual level, right? So that's why in this visual only we have certain region, right? So here we have only data for central and west region. But in this visual here we have data for all the regions, because this filter is only applicable for this visual only, right? So in this way, even we can just control data flow at visual level and also at page level and even for multiple level using these options, right? Now let's move to next here, right? And so in this way, even we can just apply the filtering part or filters in visual level, right? So here we have did the same thing here, right? हमने क्या किया है यहाँ पे filters में जाके and then जो 3 sections था उसमें हमने drag and drop किया है using these fields, right? And as per that, here we are just controlling the data flow in these visuals, right? Now next move to next part here, right? And I'll just move to next. Next is the slicer one, right? So suppose here I'm just going to create one more visualization. In this, I'll just create more. Here we have one visual. I'll just pick this as zip mode here, right? And then I'll say profit. And here we have the 3 zip mode. And then next, I'll again create one more visualization. For now, I'll just going to create a line chart here. And for that, I'll use category, right? And then category wise profit here. And also I'll pick here. So category wise profit and sales here, right? So in this way here, even you can just show the data. But this is something very weird one. I'll just pick sales, quantity and profit here. And I'll just pass here the subcategory. So here we have the data for profit by subcategory. So here we have different subcategories, right? And as per that, here we are getting the data. Just remove this. Right? Now here we have a line chart for that. And एक और हम chart create करते हैं. I'll just create a pie chart for these two. I'll just create one more chart here and then I'll use a segment here and then I'll say profit. So segment wise profit here, we have again another visual in it, right? I'll just adjust this. And now we are done, right? अभी हमने जो भी फिल्ट्रेशन लगाया था यानी कि लास्ट वाले में ऑल पेजेस पे जो फिल्टर हमने लगाया था फॉर सिप मोड, दैट इज स्टिल एप्लीकेबल वन, राइट? Now what I'm going to do, now I'll just going to use a slicer to slice and dice data here, right? So for that, here we'll use slicer. So in this here, we have a slicer here. I'll just click on slicer and then I'll just keep some areas. Then I'll click on slicer, right? And slicer is it text field here. So जिस भी field का हमें slicer बनाना है, here we'll have to add that. Suppose here I just want a date range, right? So for that I'll just move this field here and here we have a slicer for date. जैसे आपने slicer create किया, now date के लिए यहाँ पे इसने एक slider हमें दे दिया, right? And as per this, even we can just apply we can just slice and dice the data, right? So here we have the start date and end date, right? Between that, here we have data. अब इसी को हम move करेंगे and then this visual will get sliced here using that. Similarly, यदि हम इसे format करना है slicer को, right? In that case, again here we have option that is format your visual. Just click on this, then go to format, and here we have slicer setting. Click on slicer setting, right? So here we have a style that is between one, right? But यदि हमें कुछ किसी दूसरे स्टाइल में इसे डालना है, then even we can just change from here. Suppose here we just want a vertical list. So now here we have vertical list of dates, and from that even we can just pick this, right? Next here we have tiles one. So even we can just select this, and in that way this should be visible as a button here, right? Next here we have before and after, right? Relative date. So in that case, again here we have option to, so first part would be the disable one, and second part even we can just either we can use slider to change this date, right? Or even we can just pick this calendar view to change this date. Next here we have after one, right? So in that case, second end would be the disable one and start would be the enable here, right? So in this way, when we can just change the date using this slider, or either we can use this calendar view too. Next here we have other option that is drop down. So in drop down here we would have all the dates available, and as per our requirement, even we can just pick all, right? Check all, or we can just select some few from this data set.
Sir, in this order date, we need to do for that formatting of date means how we need to do, because that Saturday.
We'll do that in our further, right? We'll do that. So here we have the hierarchy of that, and as per our requirement, even we can just pick only the filtered information, right? Or formatted one, right? Just move to next part here, right? And here we have next one is the relative date, right? So next day, last 1 day, last 5 days, and so on. So from here, even we can just pick that two from here too, right? And last one is the relative time. So if we have any time here, even we can just use that too from here, right? Last minute, last hour, and all, right? So here we have these options available, and then using that, even we can just apply the same. Next, if you want to show the slicer header, then we'll just keep this on. Otherwise, we can just drop this. Now here we have slicer values, right? So if we'll have to just format the slicer values, even from here, even we can just format that too. Suppose if I want a background color of slicer, some other color, so in that case, even we can do that too. And now I'm just going to move this to vertical list, or just I'm just going to use the between one, right? So this one is ideal for date slicer, right? Next slicer is that अभी हमने date का लिया था. Similarly, we can even pick the text slicer here, right? So if I just again click on slicer, and then this time I'm just going to take a text slicer, right? Text slicer के लिए हम जाएंगे, and then I will just pass a text slicer here. I'm just going to use subcategory here, right? So suppose I just want a certain kind of subcategory, right? So again, here we have option to filter out or format this too. So again, we'll just go to format slicer, and now here we have again option to perform the setting. So suppose if we want only tiles one, so in case of text slicer, we would have only two options. Either we would have this in tiled way, or we would have this in drop down as a drop down list, right? So as per our requirement, even we can just pick this, or either we can just keep this as a vertical list in this way, right? So जितना space है, as per that, even we can just do or set these slicer, right? And here we have the vertical list, and in this way even we can just perform. Suppose यदि हमें इसे single select रखना है, right? So at once I just want that single would be selected, right? So I'll just keep this on, and in this way we would be able to just select the single at once, right? But if we want that, we would be able to select multiple items at once, right? So in that case, we'll just keep this off, and then we'll keep this on here. यदि हम इसमें यदि हम टाइल्स है, and then I just want that show all को हमें on रखना है. So in that case, again here we'll just keep this on, and then in this way, this will just select all at once, right? In this way. If we'll have to remove this, then I'll just click here, and then this will remove all from here. Now again, settings. So for the slicer one, here we have the slicer header, right? And then even we can just set this as per our data, right? So here we have the subcategory one. If we'll have to change this, I don't want this one. So again, we can just off this from here, or if you want some other thing here, so even we can just move that too, right? Suppose I just want anything items. I'll change this, and I'll say this is items one, right? So in that way, even we can just change its to, right? And even we can just perform the formatting pass. Like even we can just make this bold, right? Even we can just give some other font color, and even we can even show add border, right? Even we can add more color in it. Even we can add background color and all in this way, right? So here we have some background color of that header part two of slicer one. Now next here we have, so these are in this way what we can do. Even we can just create slicer, right? And we can just use this slicer to filter out data in Power BI. So now here in this way we are just filtering data, right? And suppose instead I'm just going instead subcategory one, if we'll have to use segment one. So now here we have the different segments available, and if we click on any particular segment, then this will show us the data in this way, right? If we are just going to select all, in that case, this will show data for all the selected segment here. Now second kind of filter is here that each visual available in this page works as a filter for other, right? Suppose हमने यहाँ पे click किया, right? And now this is working as a filter for all all these two, right? Again, I'll just click on this, then this will just removed. Again, if you just click on a certain segment here, then this will just filter out the data for these two visuals too, right? So एनी गेस ये जो इंटरेक्शन है हम इसको कैसे एडिट करेंगे, राइट? सपोज आई जस्ट वांट दैट इस पे ये जो विजुअल है दिस वुड नॉट वर्क एज ए फिल्टर फॉर दीज टू, राइट? तो इसमें हमें इसका जो इंटरेक्शन है आई जस्ट वांट टू एडिट दैट। लास्ट क्लास में हमने किया था, एनीवन कैन टेल मी हाउ वी कैन जस्ट एडिट दिस? हेलो गाइस, मेरी आवाज आ रही है आप लोगों के पास? हेलो।
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ओके,
Yes, sir.
आई जस्ट वांट दैट क्वेश्चन इज हियर, सिंपल सा है, लास्ट क्लास में हमने किया है, राइट? सो आई जस्ट वांट दैट इफ यू जस्ट क्लिक ऑन एनी पार्ट ऑफ दिस विजुअल देन आई वांट दैट ये जो ये वाला चार्ट है ना इसमें कोई चेंज ना हो, इस चार्ट में ये फिल्टर की तरह काम करे, राइट? बट आई वांट दैट ये वाला जो चार्ट है सम ऑफ प्रॉफिट बाय सिप सिप मोड, आई वांट दैट इसमें कोई भी चेंजेस इसमें ना हो, राइट? सो हाउ विल डू दैट? What is the option available in Power BI, this reports in report section that will just avoid this thing? कौन सा ऑप्शन अवेलेबल है वो? So where we'll go for that? So for that let me just tell you.
Format, yeah, format edit.
Yes, so we'll just go to format, right? Then here we'll just click on edit interaction, right? जैसे ही आप इस पे क्लिक करोगे edit interaction पे, right, here we have ऑप्शन, राइट, फॉर ऑल द विजुअल्स, राइट? ये जितने इसके अलावा जितने विजुअल्स हैं सब पे ये आ जाएगा। Suppose what I want that I don't want any change in this visual, राइट? जब हम इस पे क्लिक करें तो हमें इसमें कोई भी चेंज नहीं चाहिए, राइट? सो फॉर दैट व्हाट आई डू, आई जस्ट क्लिक ऑन नन हियर एंड नाउ जस्ट सी, जैसे आप इस पे क्लिक करोगे नाउ हियर दिस विल बी filtered out, बट इसमें कोई चेंज नहीं हो रहा है। सी, दिस इज being filtered out but there are no change in it. Similarly, आपने कोई स्लाइसर ऐड किया है, राइट? एंड here we have the slicer one and you want that ये जो स्लाइसर है ये किसी पर्टिकुलर विजुअल पे ही वर्क करे, राइट? ये जो स्लाइसर है आई जस्ट वांट दैट दिस विल वर्क ऑन ऑन इसके इस पे वर्क ना करे, राइट? ये सिर्फ इसी पे वर्क करे, राइट? इसी को ये फिल्टर करे, राइट? सो फॉर दैट व्हाट आई डू, आई जस्ट क्लिक हियर एंड देन हियर वी कैन सी इस पे कोई चेंज नहीं हो रहा है, बट नाउ दिस इज चेंजिंग दिस चार्ट हियर। आई जस्ट क्लिक ऑन कॉर्पोरेट, कि दोनों चार्ट को चेंज कर रहा है बट इस पे कोई भी इसका इंटरेक्शन नहीं, राइट? सो इन दिस वे इवन वी कैन जस्ट edit the interaction one, but for that we'll have to go under format tab. Under format tab here we have edit interaction one and इसे हमें on करना पड़ेगा, right? Just click on this and now edit interaction is on and now as per here from as per setting, right? यदि हमें किसी पर्टिकुलर विजुअल को कोई इंटरेक्शन नहीं कोई चेंज नहीं करवाना है as per other visual in the same page, so in that case here even we can just set that to, right, in this way. Now let's move to next part, and then again I'll just create one more visual here. I'm just going to create a map chart here, right? So I'll just create a map chart. Then I'll just name this as a profit map. सबसे पहले हमने ये map pick किया यहाँ से map chart से. Then in this map chart, I'll pass first country. Let me just see if we have multiple country. A single होगा. In that case, we'll pick city. Right. So here we have city. Right. Then I'll pass profit here. So we just wanted to know that which city we have more profit. Right. So here we have the city one. I'll just move this here. And जिस भी city में ज़्यादा profit है, right? The size of bubble would be bigger, right? And जिसमें कम है, that would be the less. So instead this, if just pick the state one. Okay, now this is little bit clearer one, right? So here we have the a map visualization, right? And in this map visualization, here we have just used a state here and a state and profit here. किस state में क्या profit है? Here we are just using that, right? So suppose हमें I'll have to just dig this. So here we'll have to add a drill through, right? I just wanted to add here a drill page so that जब हम इस पे click करें तो वो इसका detail report हमें show करे, right? So for that, what I'll do, I'll just go to drill here, right? And here even we can just add a drill through option. So just select the visual, then go to drill, and here we have the drill through option, right? But before doing this, just create a report or detailed information page for this one, right? So here I'll just go and then create a report. अब यहाँ पे हमें देखना क्या है? तो हमें ये देखना है कि state wise, right, profit क्या है. So किसी certain state को जब select करेंगे तो इसका profit हमें क्या दिखेगा, right? So for that I'll just go here and then even I just select the state, right? So for that I'll just keep a table here, right? Simple table visual. And यहाँ पे टेबल विजुअल के जगह पे आप कोई और दूसरा विजुअल भी ले सकते हो, राइट? एंड देन आई फर्स्ट पास सब कैटेगरी, राइट? एंड देन हियर आई पास द प्रॉफिट वन, राइट? So for certain state, I just wanted to know that what is the subcategory buys profit, right? And also I just wanted to see the sales. यानी कि यहाँ मैप विजुअल से हम यहाँ पे इस वाले पेज पे आएंगे एंड आई जस्ट वांटेड टू जस्ट नो दैट एक सर्टेन जो स्टेट है इस पे हम क्लिक करेंगे एंड देन विल जस्ट गो टू इन दैट पेज एंड हियर दिस विल गिव अस अ फिल्टर्ड इंफॉर्मेशन, राइट? सो फॉर दैट अगेन हियर आई जस्ट गो एंड देन add, just go to drill through, I'll just add this and now add the drill through here, right? I'll just click here and then add the drill through, right? And now I'm just going to add here the state here, right? Then जैसे हमने इसमें ऐड कर दिया state, then I'll click on this. So जैसे ही हम यहाँ पे ऐड करते हैं drill through में कोई भी पेज, so here you'll just see a button, right? So I'll just click on this button. जैसे इस बटन पे क्लिक करोगे, now this will just highlight for action. So I just click on here action and then this action is set as a bag. But if we have any bookmark or any button or any drill through, right, even we can just add that too. But for now, I'll just keep this as back, and that's it. Now I'll click on this, right, and now here we are in this page, right. अब जिस पेज में जैसे ही आएंगे, just click on any button here. Now you'll see right. So जैसे आप इसमें बटन पे क्लिक करते हो, now here we are seeing a drill through here, right, and as soon as I click on this, so here we'll go to in this page, and now here we have only filtered result for that California state here, right. ये जो सारा का सारा डेटा हमें दिख रहा है only for California state. Similarly, I'll just go back here and I'll just press Control and now I'm just going to select other state. So this is, let's select other state here. Again, just click on drill through, and now this will again move you to next page. And यहाँ पे again you can see only data for that particular state. So that is only checked here, right? So in this way, even we can use drill through filter also to just show the detailed of any other visual, right? In this way. Any question so far? drill through कैसे ऐड करेंगे? क्लियर है? क्लियर हो गया? अभी इसमें और भी है, right guys? This is something that we are just going step by step, and these are something that basic part of Power BI. अभी
Yeah.
आज जो हमने किया है उसमें कोई डाउट है? Would you want me to just recap? हेलो गाइस, इतना
Yeah.
शांत?
क्लियर है सर। सर एक बार भी कलर जैसे चेंज करते हैं, जैसे देखिए डेटा का कलर होते हैं, इसमें कितना प्रॉफिट हुआ है, कितना लॉस हुआ है, कितनी सेल ज्यादा है, वो कलर्स कैसे चेंज करते हैं?
कौन सा कलर? किसका कलर चेंज करना है?
मतलब जैसे जिस स्टेट का अगर प्रॉफिट ज्यादा तो उसका कलर चेंज कर दिया। अब इसमें आपने सारे ब्लू है ना, तो अगर हम कलर चेंज करना चाहें कि जिसका सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉफिट है उसका रेड कलर हो गया, जिसके कम है उसकी येलो हो गया, तो वी कैन आइडेंटिफाई इजीली कि किसमें सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉफिट है और किसमें सबसे लोएस्ट।
So in that case, here you just want to do something that, so we'll do that too, right? That is something the DAX part here, right? So in DAX we'll just do that. But इसमें यदि अभी हम वो कंडीशनल फॉर्मेटिंग वाला काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, राइट, कि किसमें ज्यादा प्रॉफिट है किसमें कम प्रॉफिट है, राइट? सो राइट नाउ यहाँ पे अभी हमने जस्ट बबल साइज शो किया है एज पर प्रॉफिट. सो वेयर वी हैव मोर प्रॉफिट,
सर ये
the
जो
size
डेटा
of
ड्रिल
bubble
है,
that big.
ये डेटा ड्रिल किस लिए काम आता है, एक बार एक्सप्लेन करेंगे दोबारा?
कौन सा वाला?
डेटा ड्रिल।
Data drill just to show the detailed information here, right? Suppose यदि हमें यहाँ से मूव करना है किसी दूसरी, यानी कि हमें कैलिफोर्निया का देखना है कि क्या स्टेटस है फॉर सर्टेन आइटम, राइट? सो सपोज आई एम जस्ट इंटरेस्टेड टू नो दैट फॉर सब कैटेगरी व्हाट इज द प्रॉफिट एंड सेल्स फॉर कैलिफोर्निया वन, राइट? सो उसके लिए हमने सबसे पहले ही यहाँ पे रिपोर्ट ऑलरेडी कॉन्फ़िगर कर लिया है. तो
एक साथ
here
में दो स्टेट का देख सकते हैं डेटा ड्रिल के थ्रू?
देख सकते हो आप, ड्रिल के थ्रू दो स्टेट का नहीं देख पाओगे, राइट? बट
अगर मेरे को
हियर यू हैव
कंपैरिजन करना
ऑप्शन
हो,
टू इवन चेक
राइट,
दैट.
तो नहीं कर पाएंगे एक साथ में टू का डेटा ड्रिल के थ्रू?
एक साथ में दो का आपका देखते हैं एक बार चेक करके, बट यस लेट मी जस्ट चेक दैट. बट ड्रिल के थ्रू नहीं होगा, इवन यू हैव ऑप्शन टू सेलेक्ट मोर हियर, राइट? सो लेट मी जस्ट सेलेक्ट टू फॉर नाउ, and then I'll drill this. No, so here I'm not getting the drill option here, right? If you just
Only
select
one.
two at, so at once you can just do at once, right? In one item in one go. right? But you have option even to select more from this list, right? And even you can just show more item from here. So drilling is that something that you are just showing the more information about that certain, right, certain country or certain item, right? अभी इस केस में क्या है कि certain state का हम information शो कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पे जाके हमने ड्रिल में स्टेट डाला है, एंड जैसे ही हम इस पेज में आते हैं ड्रिल थ्रू के थ्रू, राइट, तो ये ऑटोमेटिकली व्हाट इट डू, इट जस्ट अप्लाई फिल्टर ऑन दिस विजुअल, राइट। इनिशियली जब आपने हमने देखा था, जब मैंने यहाँ पे ड्रिल थ्रू पेज ऐड किया था, तो उसमें सारे के सारे सारे के सारे फिल्टर्स सिलेक्टेड थे, राइट। बट जैसे ही आप यहाँ पे ड्रिल थ्रू के थ्रू उस पेज पे जाते हो, राइट, जस्ट अपने डेटा को ड्रिल करते हो, right? So in that way, just it applies the filters from here, right? जो भी फिल्टर यहाँ पे डालोगे उसके अकॉर्डिंग वो वहां पे अप्लाई करेगा फिल्टर उस पे, right? In this way. So suppose right now अभी हमने यहाँ पे CT डाला था, but again ये जो है जिसका भी हम ड्रिल करेंगे that should be available here, and as per that this will apply filtering, right? So now are we good with the edit interaction part, right? edit interaction हम कर पाएंगे। सपोज अभी जो ये हम क्लिक कर रहे हैं, राइट, अभी इसमें क्या हो रहा है कि दिस इज जस्ट हाईलाइटिंग थिंग्स, राइट। जो भी वैल्यू है उसको हाईलाइट कर रहा है ये जो सिलेक्टेड है एज पर दिस। बट सपोज यदि हमें इसको हाईलाइट नहीं करना है, आई जस्ट वांट दिस टू बी फिल्टर्ड आउट, राइट। सो हाउ विल डू दैट? अभी आप जब इस पे क्लिक कर रहे हो इस विजुअल पे, तो वो क्या रहा है, ये इसको हाईलाइट कर दे रहा है, जो सिलेक्टेड आइटम है उसको हाईलाइट कर रहा है, जो दूसरा है उसको, राइट, डिम कर रहा है। सो आई जस्ट वांट दैट जब भी हम इस पे क्लिक करें, देन दिस विजुअल वुड वर्क एज ए फिल्टर फॉर दिस वन। उसके लिए हमें क्या करना होगा? व्हिच ऑप्शन वी नीड टू सिलेक्ट?
Yeah, the second one, none.
सेकेंड वन,
Highlight.
हाईलाइट। सो
Yes.
हाईलाइट इज समथिंग बाय डिफॉल्ट, राइट। तो सपोज यदि हमें फिल्टर करना है इसको, राइट, इफ यू जस्ट वांट दैट दिस शुड बी फिल्टर्ड, ये जो हमें यहाँ पे शेडेड या फिर डिम पार्ट दिख रहा है, राइट, आई डोंट
Okay.
वांट टू सी दैट। सो इन दैट केस व्हाट विल डू, here I'll just go and then I'll select the filter one, and that's it. Once when you just click on this, now here you'll see only the filtered result, right? Here we have again a filtered result, and filtered result in this way.
Yes.
Similarly, if we just want to see the highlighted value here, so in that case, these are something that is related to this one. But if you want that there would be no any interaction between these two charts, then we'll just choose none from here, right? So in this way it works, right? And लास्ट क्लास में भी मैंने आप लोगों को बोला होगा, राइट, आई डोंट नो इफ आई जस्ट ऑलरेडी हैव टेल यू, बट ये जो मैप विजुअल है, राइट, दैट वोंट वर्क इन योर पावर बीआई यदि आपने इसका सेटिंग नहीं किया है तो, राइट। जस्ट टू सेट दिस, हियर you'll have to go on files, then here you have option, just go to option, then option, and here we have security one, right, just go to security part here, and in this सबसे नीचे ये जो मैप एंड फील्ड मैप विजुअल्स एंड ArcGIS फॉर पावर बीआई, ये अनचेक्ड रहता है, राइट। सो जस्ट चेक दिस एंड क्लिक ओके एंड दैट्स इट, तभी ये आपके उस पे भी वर्क करेगा, अदरवाइज दिस विल नॉट वर्क, राइट। यू कैन जस्ट चेक दिस। नाउ जब हम कैनवास क्रिएट करते हैं, राइट, सो हियर वी आर जस्ट सीइंग द वेरी डॉटेड लाइन, राइट। यहाँ पे डॉटेड लाइन आपके कैनवास है, इस पे है. So what I want, I don't want to see this dotted line in my dashboard here, right? So for that, even we can just perform some setting here, and setting is just click on format your report, right? In format your report, here we have lots of information available here. So here we have page information. यदि यहाँ पे कुछ change करना है, then even we can just change this. Next here we have canvas setting. यदि इसका size हमें change करना है, then here even we can just have option to change its size to. Then canvas background here, right? So right now there are no background here, we have just white, but if you want to change its background, then even we can just change its background too, right? Then next here we have transparency. So for now I'll just change it, and now here we have very less transparency, right? In this way. अब जैसे हमने इस ट्रांसपेरेंसी को चेंज किया, राइट, नाउ हियर वी कैन सी ये जो डॉटेड लाइन था वो अभी हमें नहीं दिख रहा है. लेट मी जस्ट कीप दिस व्हाइट फॉर नाउ. जो पहले डॉटेड लाइन जो यहाँ पे सारे दिख रहा था, राइट नाउ वी आर नॉट सीइंग दैट डॉटेड लाइन हियर. सो दिस इज समथिंग ट्रांसपेरेंसी वन, राइट. इसी के कारण हमें ये डॉटेड लाइन दिखता है. बट इसको आप चेंज कर दोगे, if you just set this to 0%, in that case this will not be visible, and we would have more chart area to just present our visuals here, right? Next here we have wallpaper, right? And here we have again filter. Even we can just adjust the filter pan too, right? So here we have all the options available, right? And as per our requirement, even we can just perform the formatting of all these area using this option, right? So this format page option is available, and using that you can just format your dashboard as per your requirement, right? Or as per your organization color code. Okay. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. I just shared this with you, and next class would be for Power Query 1, right? So in next class we will be learning Power Query.
Yeah, this is basic now, sir. This is
Yeah, this is something a basic part, right? This, and एक बार फिर से हम आएंगे when we'll on this section, right? When we would be learning the DAX function here, when we would be performing the data modeling, जब हम relationship create करेंगे with multiple data sources, right? And with multiple tables. So in that case, again we'll just come in this section again, right? In that time we would be doing a simple dashboard development and all. Okay, guys. So that's it for today.
okay, sir.
Take care. Bye bye. And जब कोई question होता है, then it's always good to ask, right? Instead just keeping the same with you. Okay.